What? What do you want from me? I'm very confused.
I wonder if he, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in.
What?
Shoot!
Must be a contradiction. I've done everything I can.
He died before, perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed.
Bang bang.
What makes you say that?
Bang bang.
Because of the numbering of the just.
It's true that Hifumi, while Taka's death, came.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, regarding, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order Taka came.
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering of the just.
It's true that Hifumi, while Taka's death, came from.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
I don't know what you want from me. At all. Talking, text. What? What?
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3.
While Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came. So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Shoot!
I did everything. I did everything I physically could have done, though I'm so extremely confused. I've done literally everything.
So, I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were. Taka came last.
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering of.
It's true that Hifumi was killed while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
The word number were used in that order.
So,
I don't know what you're expecting from me.
I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the
It's true that Hifumi was killed with while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
I might just look this up. What?
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in.
The bang bang doesn't work.
Shoot!
I'm so confused.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What
I'm
makes
looking.
you say that?
I'm watching the
Because
YouTube
of the
video.
numbering of the Justice Hammers.
I'm going insane.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order
I'm
they were
so
killed in.
confused.
Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
What? They did a buttony thingy. This is
So,
okay. Thing is, this is the button I was looking for. I was hoping it was gonna tell me what this button did.
I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
That's how. Oh,
What
that's
makes
what I
you
was
say
freaking
that?
looking for.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Bang!
No, that's wrong.
That's what I was looking for this entire freaking time.
Hold on.
It didn't give
There's
me
no
the
reason
control.
to assume that the hammers were
knew
used
there was
in the
a button
same
that did
order as
that.
their numbers.
I didn't know which one it was though.
If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So
Yeah.
you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was... Okay then, let's see the...
The proof. The watch. Hangman's Gambit. Wristwatch. Bang! Bang! Bang bang! Bang! Bang bang! Wristwatch. Watch. Hey. Bang! What? Bang! Bang bang! Wristwatch.
Now I understand.
I understood it from the beginning.
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
Yep. How long are we gonna keep us waiting?
so if it wasn't broken after,
And that would be his...
But if that's true,
And before Celeste was attacked this morning.
that's right. Taka was killed.
That simple fact, we made the wrong assumption about the order of...
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size.
Yep.
That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily...
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
Yep.
that may be true in the case of Bud. All of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yeah. Yep.
When we heard him, then we all ran down to the nurse's office.
Yep.
That's totally.
Oh, I know.
If that's true,
I don't know.
don't just go.
Anyway, since all of
Come on.
And it does when he's Hina, and then there's the at that time. Well, don't forget.
Wait,
Even if she... Because, as we just established, she was passed out
my
in the
brain died and I
equipment
just
room
kept
when his
clicking.
bo-
Besides, I didn't do
I have no
either
idea
of them
what's happening.
anyway.
Yeah,
In other
you didn't.
words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the
Yep.
other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had this.
So
For
what
now, we
Kyoko?
can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
Yep.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said, his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it.
Yep.
But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What?
What? If the dead body were to move itself.
Oh.
The dead body moved on its own?
No.
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. We thought Hifumi was dead.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
Is it really possible? What game are we playing this time? Okay, bang bang. Broken wristwatch.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. Hifumi was dead. And you know that? Surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why.
Are we really so sure? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance he was actually still?
No. It is Hifumi was dead. And you know that? Surely you heard the body Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why
Frick.
the announcement.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Yeah, frick. I didn't mean to do that.
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance he...
No.
Bang.
Hifumi was dead. And you know that? Surely you heard the body Hifumi's dead body. And that is why.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended
Bang.
to signal someone else's
Frick.
discovery.
Shoot!
Okay, I might need to do with
Are you
thingy
saying
again.
that when we first there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No.
No,
It
that's
is
not what I want to
Hifumi
do.
was dead. And you know that? Surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
Frick.
discovery.
Thought I was going somewhere with that.
Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he was...
actually still alive.
Wait, no, that's not what I wanted to. That's no,
Shoot.
that's okay. I'm at 1 heart now.
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance he was actually...
No.
No, that's
It is
not.
impossible.
Okay, thank
Hifumi
you for
was
doing
dead.
that.
And you know that? Surely you heard the body Hifumi's dead. And that is.
Are we real? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi and then there's a chance he was...
actually still alive.
No.
Actually, still
Hifumi was dead.
alive.
And you know that? Surely you heard the body discovery of
Hifumi's dead body had been found.
And that is why the.
Are we real? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
Freaking
discovery.
god dang it! I'm looking it up. I don't have much time for this.
Shoot!
Okay, come on, we gotta go. God freaking dang it. Why did YouTube just crash? What? What? YouTube. YouTube, you have one purpose, and I don't know if you could have failed it any worse. Sorry, YouTube quit unexpectedly. Why? Help.
Is this really the end for all of us?
Yeah, it is.
I refuse to give up yet.
Good.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
Oh, I can
there's
switch.
a chance he was actually
Wait.
still alive?
No.
It's saying that I can switch them. It's saying that I can switch them, but I don't think so. Help. Help. And I just pressed the help button. If you don't know what the help button is, it's a horrible button that opens up Microsoft Edge, in which I hate. I hate Microsoft Edge in every feasible way. Every single feasible way. I hated it.
And you know that.
No,
how?
that's not what I wanted.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is.
Are we real? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying
No,
that when
it's-
we
apparently
first
there
found
aren't
Hifumi in
any
the
other
nurse's
things.
office, There's a chance
What
he was
the
actually
heck?
still alive.
No, it is impossible.
What?
Hifumi
Why
was
is this
dead.
happening? Why is... I looked it up. I looked it up. I have more bullets. I just can't use them. What?
And you know that
Surely you heard the body
discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
What?
And that is why the announcement was made.
It's not letting me use... The thing is... I'm supposed to be using this, apparently.
Are we really so sure?
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
Are you saying that when we first found if there's a chance he...
No,
Hifumi was dead.
and you know that surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
And that is why...
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Okay, I
Are
see.
you saying that when we first... There's a chance he was at...
No. Hifumi was dead.
And you know that
Surely you heard the body discovery and Hifumi's
I'm doing
dead
a
body
horrible
had
at
been
this.
found.
Bang!
No, that's wrong.
I am doing so horribly at this one. I hate looking stuff up, but
Was
I
the
have
body
no idea what I'm
discovery
doing.
announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of
don't
course
know.
it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
Yeah.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere.
Yep.
I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue.
Monokuma, come on.
But what I can say about the body discovery it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man.
No, actually, that was
Yeah,
plenty.
it did.
He said it's only broadcast when a body is even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Exactly.
Yeah. But I was playing no stuff second time was when?
I got it!
Whoa.
We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Yeah, body's been discovered.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts
Oh,
what
because
Monokuma
yeah,
just...
if we died
Exactly.
there.
If we were
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, being discovered for the first time.
Yep.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't
dead
actually
yet.
dead yet. Meaning, he
Yeah.
wasn't actually found dead.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead!
That is the worst logic I have ever understood.
very good.
I do not think there's
Okay then, let's take. Then it should become clear.
this whole
Yep.
thing.
This whole thing is pointless. Not really. Make your argument. Frick, Hifumi's glasses.
Well, here's one thing. The first time we
Oh,
found
yeah, that
Hifumi's
makes
and
sense.
then his body disappeared.
And the next time it was in the...
But when you compare his body before the
Other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Nope. Bang. Wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Incorrect. In every way. Frick you.
In fact, there was one clear difference with his
Yep.
glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead.
Perhaps you'd like to feel.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
Yep. Glasses cleaning cloth. Boom.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was...
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was...
Even if that is true.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses?
That's a good...
And it must have been...
So let's assume that Hifumi, he pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glass. Then he stands up and walks. And with that, the impossible...
But then...
Yep.
What was with all that blood?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily... It should be perfectly obvious who...
Well, Taka's body was... Hifumi?
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right?
Uh-huh.
So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead. And when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
Yeah.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Do it.
There's...
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed.
Oh, that smirk.
You know what
Let's
I'm
go.
talking about, right, Makoto?
Item. That's not it. Wait, is it? Oh, I don't know why I gasped then. His soul from Taka.
I got it!
Yeah.
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes.
His pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now.
Yeah.
Take a look at what the note says.
Ah, that's the note I was telling you about. Huh?
Yep.
What?
This one's a little
Monokuma.
different.
I see.
It's
Not the
In
same.
other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hira, and that person could only have been...
Hifumi's pants.
I got it!
Yep.
That's
Hifumi's
right!
pants.
Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here. I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
What?
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huck.
Oh, yes!
Yeah, it's scary, but can't let her. Yep. Am I doing the heartbeat thingy or just bang 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 bang? Okay, got it. Bang bang.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
Bang.
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to to do with TikTok? Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it must have been Huffy!
But
Bang, bang.
remember what the note said.
No, that's not what I wanted.
What time did it say to
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with
Bang!
TikTok.
No, that's wrong.
It broke. Haha. Suck it.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The
Everything.
note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time. We've already proven that using his wristwatch.
Yep.
But there's more. Look, the equipment room.
Which is where Taka was killed.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you... No further objections!
Then
Yep, also I keep
someone
hitting the
used that
microphone,
note
sorry,
to trick
sorry.
Taka. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh?
Where's your proof?
He stole the note. Oh, it's the thingy. Boom! Boom!
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with...
Then Taka's scrap.
Yup. They're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka. There's only one.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind. Did I get all that?
Exactly.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yeah, he was behind the whole thing.
Sorry, no.
No, he's dead.
When we found him in the repository, the second body discovery...
So then,
Whoever did is the mastermind.
He was killed in the repository. So he must.
So, he must have...
During that time, in other
Wait,
Bang, bang.
stop trying to steal the spotlight, you...
who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But they're
And what might...
the weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
A weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a...
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either.
Yeah,
The
it makes sense.
Monokuma
No, I
file makes
understand.
it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
They're the same.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too.
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
Yeah.
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Frick. Okay, what game are we playing? Bang Bang. Okay, got it. Spotless hammer.
What was used to... Was it Justice? Maybe Justice Ham...
Well, whatever it is, one thing, how was the culprit able to... How did nobody witness them
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com!
Well, what the murder weapon had to be one of the Justice and...
Bang!
No, that's wrong.
Let's go. That was kind of a guess. So I'm glad that worked.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But...
Specifically, a hammer from the repository.
Yep.
The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris, but for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Yep.
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off.
Yep.
I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers, and even some flat, mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice hammers used those as a basis for their design.
Yep.
If that's true, that
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository.
And whoever did that is the true killer. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous.
Is it more bang bang? More bang bang. Got it. Bottomless hammer. Okay.
Based on the rules, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible.
that is how the
But that only really applies if there's... In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
I know what I need
Based
to
on the
do.
rules, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply
that is how
But that only really applies if they're... In this case, however, there
Wait,
were
no, that's
2
not.
murders.
That's not what I wanted. That is no. That's no. Kyoko. That's not. No.
Based on the rules, even if
Kyoko.
more than one, only
Kyoko.
the one who
No,
actually, assuming
With
the
me.
rule holds true, it is simply...
that is how
But that only really applies if... In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
Bang.
Based on the rules, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out, assuming the rule holds true.
Wait,
It
no,
is
that's not.
simply impossible
No.
that two-
That's not what I
But
wanted.
that only really
that, no.
applies if there's one. In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
Okay. Come on.
Based on the rules, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried, assuming the rule holds true.
Bang! There we
No,
frickin'
it's
go.
wrong.
It's not impossible. You turd.
Since there were 2 murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been 1 murder, then yes, naturally, if only 1 person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward.
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk,
You're saying that 2 people could act as each other's accomplices to commit 2 separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. And based on the case's events, they made
Yeah.
him carry out the...
So instead, ended only a single
Yeah,
creative.
The master invent which?
mastermind.
Do you think so?
Indeed it is. Did it twice?
I understand.
That's prop.
Yep. Select someone. You.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
Yep.
A joke?
So what you are saying then, is that I specifically chose... The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the 2 of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the 2 of you were working together.